I find I find classical music. I wouldn't say it's my lifeline because I know that it is the Most High Yahweh who is my lifeline. And I know that to be true, that the Most High Elohim, the Most High Being, the Most High Creator is really and truly. I mean, he's supposed to be the most favorite thing in everyone's life. He's a high being that created us in their lives. So it's the high being, the Most High Elohim, the Most High Yahuwah, Yeshua, his son Yeshua. Praise be to the Most High Elohim. Praise be to the Most High Elohim, the Most High Yah, the Most High Yahuwah, and his son Yeshua, and their Ruach Kadesh. So I never forgot that. Then somewhere after that was my love for classical music. So you probably heard many things while I do study music. On my spare time, I study this and that, here and there, kind of stuff about music and composing and conducting. And I'm glad to have met composers and conductors like Robert Franz of the Windsor Symphony Orchestra. I'm glad to have met them. I'm glad to have met, but my love and appreciation for classical music, and I kind of envision in my mind what the symphony stage looks like or should look like. You know, if I can become a music composer and conductor like Leonard Bernstein, Robert Franz, Eugene Normandy, Laszlo Gatti, all those ones, they're like classical music composers, conductors. I'd like to be able to write my own music pieces and conduct them with that long way stick the baton. And I made plenty of homemade music conductors batons using plastic drinking straws and putting cork on the end and little bit of scotch taped in to attach the twins together, and you got yourself a long way stick baton, like that. And so that's my love and appreciation for classical music, the finer thing. I have this mental picture of what the stage looks like or what I like it to look like on the stage, where it's this like a brown, wooden, brown, rusty, kind of the rusty orangey brown paneling, and that lights like beer bottle colored lights for like infrared lights. And so I like that. I really like that. in classical music. Uh, I like classical music. Someday maybe get myself electric organ, get myself a real good electric organ, really save up the money. But in the meantime, I'm studying different things in music. I'm studying like the intervals. I'm studying different things. I mean, Robert Franz, because he's a conductor of the Windsor Symphony. Robert Franz he would be familiar with like the intervals and stuff like that. And during this time when you can't do much because of the way things are. Because of the way things are right now, it's not a very convenient time, and so now I kind of hunker down by studying all the very different opponents of classical music, how to write your own classical music, how to be able to even conduct your own classical music. And so I'm really studying music. I mean, in my case, even if things weren't the way they are, all I really have to do, I mean, when things are really good, I get out there and I like to meet people, do things. My favorite world is the world of classical music. To me, that's my world. The classical music world, the symphonic world, the philharmonic world, the symphonic world, the world of classical music, meeting composers, meeting conductors, meeting great ones like Robert Franz, meeting the great ones like Laszlo Gatti, the late Laszlo Gatti, conductor of the Windsor Symphony back in the 1980s. Now Robert Franz, and sometimes we get lucky down at the Windsor Symphony Capitol Theater. We get lucky we even are able to meet conductors like Daniel Wiley, who's kind of a younger conductor. Well, I never met him before, but I would like to meet Daniel Wiley, and I would like to meet Daniel Wiley. He's a kind of a young conductor, but I would imagine very, very good. He's, I guess, kind of a man of my own heart, can I say? Can I say man of my own heart? Because if he loves classical music, well, I love classical music too. I love classical music, all the great classical music. I love to be able to write my own classical music, conduct my own classical music. And I do study a lot of intervals. Sometimes I have these just these scrapbooks and I scrabble. My personal little studies of classical music. I guess you could say This is my classical music studying laboratory. Righteous personally study classical music. I study from tutorials, books from the library. I guess I'm really big fan of classical music. Classical symphony music, classical philharmonic music, classical symphonic music, just classical music in general, played by a big orchestra like, let's see, down here in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, near University Street, we have the Capitol Theater, and I know the staff and management of the Capitol Theater. I know their conductor, Robert Franz, who I've met Robert Franz once, and I was glad to have met Robert Franz. Now I would like to meet Daniel Whaley, if that's possible. But classical music, is my world, my chosen world. I mean, I'd like to be a part of the classical music world, the classical music community. Everybody has a thing that they're most interested. Some people love the world of sports. There's people who love the world of art. I happen to be I love art too, but I guess my favorite is the world of classical music, and I kind of like beautiful music and beautiful sceneries. What I like about a classical symphony concert at a place like the Capitol Theater is when you go up on the stage, and the stage where the musicians and the conductor are. The thing that I probably like the most is just the whole background decor, where there's like a wood paneling, maybe plywood, like a wood paneling furnishing, like decor, kind of a brown, like an orangey brown, a rusty color, orangey brown, amber, or like the real dark orangey brown. Can even be light or medium, but on the idea of a dark orangey brown, rusty brown color, a dark paneling, it kind of makes it dark. I'd like it dark, including the lights somewhat the same color, the lights, most of the lights. Like if you can think of, like a beer bottle, an empty beer bottle is brown, right? And if you were to put a small light bulb in an empty brown beer bottle, the kind of light that would give look like kind of orangey brown, like a real deep amber orangey brown, rusty orangey deep brown. Kind of makes you even think of, kind of lights of those. It kind of makes you even think of infrared lighting, like when you go to order food, you go to order food at the A&W, and you have these infrared lights that keep the food nice and warm. Yeah. Well, I kind of like that lighting in the auditorium of the symphony where the concert is and where the conductor and the musicians are. And I guess I swore it up like that. They kind of orangey brown. And so I like that though. That's like the onstage performances. The onstage performances, and sometimes I have that at the Windsor Symphony. It's at the Windsor Symphony Capitol Theater. That's where I met the conductor Robert Franz. Me and my mother. Because you're on stage with the conductor. I mean, at least I got to be on stage with the conductor, Robert Franz, and I felt very privileged. And Robert Franz and we took pictures together and possibly even videos together with his pocket phone. He probably has like an Android or Apple pocket phone, and so we took pictures together, and so I'm looking forward to it because, as I said, I love classical music. Classical music, it's my life. It's my chosen life. It's the life that I choose. This is what I choose. I love this life. The life of classical music. And I would just like to make this video if I can get this video uploaded, if I can really get this video uploaded, because you know something, if YouTube doesn't agree with any kind of video that you make, if for some reason they don't agree, they have discriminating tastes and they can demonize you. They make you feel demonized. It don't make you feel very good. It's not a good feeling because you feel like, have I done something wrong? Well, I know I have not done nothing wrong. So I see no reason to pounce on me and pick on me like that. But then, because all I'm doing is making a video about my love of classical music. And so my love of classical music goes against hurt. If it does hurt anyone, it would only hurt me. But that doesn't, because I love classical music. It's my world. I love classical music, and so I'm making these videos and hoping that they will make it. I'd like to make these videos and maybe one day even show them to Robert Franz. Say, Robert Franz, type in this on your phone on YouTube. I talk about my love for classical music, my love to, if I can one day become a composer, compose my own music, write my own music like Bela Bartok, Zoltan Kodály, write my own music like Carl Nielsen, write my own music like Gustav Holst, write my own music like Leonard Bernstein, and conduct my own music like Leonard Bernstein and Eugene Normandy and all the great ones. Classical music is my world. So I say, welcome to my world, welcome to my community, the classical music community. And the love of my life, that's what they live for after the Most High, That's all they got for right now. That's all they got for right now. My love for classical music is about the only thing I really have for right now. And there's probably one thing that they probably love a lot more than classical music, but I can't really count on that for sure. I hope it does happen very soon. I hope it happens extremely soon, but I guess it all depends what the Most High decides. But what do I love more than classical music? Well, I would say to be a loving husband and father. I would like to have a nice wife, and I would like to have a very nice wife, I'd like to have a wife, and I'd like to have at least 2 biological sons, along with 2 biological daughters and the wife. And I'm hoping the wife will be a Swedish, a young Swedish blonde girl, a real young Swedish blonde girl that I could marry, and I'd be her husband, and I love her, and I love the biological sons and daughters we have together. I would love our sons, biological sons, and biological daughters we have together. I would like with her 2 biological sons and 2 biological daughters with her. A young Swedish girl who's young and strong and healthy and happy enough that she's able to produce with me 2 fine biological sons along with 2 fine biological daughters. And that she's a Swedish blondie, and she's a very young, very young girl, legal age to marry, because I do everything respectfully and by the law of even the scriptures. I read once where Boaz and Ruth, and there was quite an age difference. Ruth was a lot younger than Boaz, and Boaz was much older than Ruth. But they got married sort of like an age, what they call an age gap marriage. But very respectful of me, very respectful, because I would intend to love this girl. If I'm to marry her, I would love her, and I would love her as the scripture says to love her. Like in Ephesians, husbands, love your wives. Love your children too. Don't do nothing to provoke your wife and children to anger. But love your wife and children and train your children in the way that they should go. Those are the different scripture verses. But I'm kind of getting off course a bit, aren't I? Yeah, well, I would like to have a very young blonde wife. I imagine that her name is Inga. She's Swedish and she plays classical violin for the Windsor Symphony. And one day I'm hoping very soon to really meet her, and it's like a dream come true. A dream come true that I met her, and I intend to love her and respect her because she respect your wife. To love on her just the way the scripture says to us men, love your wives, love your children. Be good to your wives, be good to your children, love your wives, love your children, which I intend to do. But anyways, I was talking about my love for classical music. And so my love for classical music, and I would just like to make some of these videos, and I'm hoping that I would be able to upload them, and I'm hoping I'm going to have no problem because, like I said before, if for some reason YouTube don't see eye to eye with you, and they don't see eye to eye with their videos, they kind of take them down, which I think is just petty little. They need to do that. I think it's petty. It's just plain petty. I'm only talking about my love for classical music. How's that a threat? How's that dangerous? How's that a threat? I'm not exposing anybody or anything doing that. I'm just expressing my love for classical music and my true desire that's truly in my heart to be able to have a wife of my own and to be able to have two beautiful biological sons along with two beautiful biological daughters. I wouldn't be able to thank them was high enough. I hope that does really happen to me. But then again, it all depends. If that ever did happen to me, that I had my own wife, my own biological sons, my own biological daughters, my own two biological sons, my own two biological daughters, and a wife. And I also would be able to be a composer and conductor like Leonard Bernstein and Eugene Normandy. It would be a dream come true, and I wouldn't even be able to thank those high enough. It's like most high, I can't even thank you enough. I've often said I've often said, as I was speaking to the Most High in prayer, I've often said, Most High, if you ever did give me those things, if you ever did give me my own wife, if you ever gave me a wife of my own biological, my own two biological sons and two biological daughters, would I ever love and respect them so dearly? And if I ever became a great music conductor and composer like Leonard Bernstein and Most High, I wouldn't even be able to even thank you enough. And so I've said this to the Most High, and so I would like to make this video if possible, and hopefully I can get this on YouTube. I would like to make this video for my friends, I will say my friends and family at the WSO Windsor Symphony Orchestra and Capitol Theater, told the management, told of the management at the Capitol Theater and Windsor Symphony, Robert Franz, a conductor, to Robert Franz, the conductor, to Daniel Wiley, the conductor, and all the staff and all the management at the WSO Capitol Theater, Windsor Symphony Orchestra. I love you all, and my thoughts and my prayers are all with you. Especially at this time when we have the COVID that's going around. My thoughts and my prayers are with you. I'm praying for your health and safety, and angels would let you to know that my thoughts and all my prayers are all with you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you once this whole COVID thing just blows right over and we're all done with this nightmare. Thank you. In the meantime, I would just like to say shalom.